Hello, yes, I'm live and from, as you can see, beautiful summer weather. Yay! Welcome to episode 22 of Spilling the Green Beans, my weekly live gardening show in which I share with you my green secrets to inspire you to start growing your own vegetables. I'm your host, Emily from the garden, and I'm creator of Easy Urban Gardening, the system for growing your own vegetables on a balcony or terrace in town. Thank you for spending time with me today when I talk about de-stressing in your garden. Um, Growing vegetables can kind of like seem daunting and hard work, but I share with you my green secrets, the most crucial techniques to make it fun and easy. And you'll also learn how to take advantage of the broad health benefits of gardening and how to cook delicious meals with your own vegetables. So I am spilling the green beans. And if you are in for more veggie talk, kind of like always, but also tips, pictures, fun, and laughter in the garden, then why don't you join my Facebook group, Our Garden Party? Become a part of a very veggie loving community and learn all about growing vegetables and, of course, cooking them. Plus, that's also where we share the fun, tears, laughter, and everything else that gardening brings us. So last week I spoke about carrots. Today we talk about de-stressing in the garden. How I kind of like benefit or embrace all the broad health benefits of gardening. So first of all, of course, one of the big health benefits of gardening is the fresh vegetables. But today I want to talk a little bit more about the wider range of health benefits from gardening, and then especially about kind of like your well-being and your mind. So for me, the garden is a big tool, actually kind of like in de-stressing and unwinding. So as you might now maybe know, Easy Urban Gardening, we have been talking already about the daily routine, the daily 5 minutes that it takes to maintain your garden. And those 5 minutes, they're not only there to maintain your garden, they're actually also there to maintain yourself or your mind, whatever you want to call it. So how does that work? Well, for me, it works so that I have the main maintenance tasks that I have in my garden, like checking on my vegetables, who's thirsty, who isn't, watering them, maybe harvesting something, maybe picking some ugly leaves or something like that. So the main tasks that I have in my garden, I prefer to do them like late afternoon or maybe early evening, you can call it, depending a little bit on how my day goes. And that is also then the moment that I take as kind of like my little daily me time moment that I take to be fully present in my garden and to kind of like refocus my mind away from the computer screen, from work, from deadlines, from a lot of video conferences, etc., etc. So that is one way of kind of like unwinding your mind from computer and work to uh, outdoor nature and the present. So that's a really, really good way. I also think it is very de-stressing because that time, and I have to admit honestly, often my time is longer than just 5 minutes because it's so relaxing and it's so soothing to be outside, to just, have the sun on your face after a long day of work, but also to kind of like really reconnect with nature and to see and feel the food that you are producing. That extra little boost you are giving yourself and your family for your health, your immune system, your gut system. So that is kind of like you really like, okay, unwind, de-stress, relax. Also, the garden, I think, is very de-stressing because you can't speed it. And nowadays, we so often deal with deadlines, colleagues or people around you that are like, oh, can you do that for me? Oh, by the way, I would have loved it yesterday. So there's always so much speed in our lives that we kind of like are in a state of rush all the time. And as soon as you go to your garden, that disappears because, Mother Nature is a very stubborn creature and she can't be rushed. It is what it is. We, of course, as most people in Europe, had a really, really cold May. Well, that slows things down incredibly. And you just have to go with that flow. You can't rush it. So you kind of like disconnect from that constant feeling of being rushed when you're in the garden. And for me, I honestly think that is very, very de-stressing. It's very relaxing. It's really my 5 minutes a day. Okay, yes, I know, I do admit, maybe it's 15 minutes per day, but that's just because I love it so much. It's really my me time, de-stressing, preparing also my mind and my focus and my feeling towards the evening without work, without anything I still have to do in my head, so that I can also be really present for my loved ones with whom I spent that evening, whether it's just my husband or maybe the world is slowly opening up again. Maybe it's friends coming over for dinner. And by keeping that routine of disconnecting with whatever I have been doing all day, makes me more present for whoever I am spending my time and dinner with. So that is one of those broad health benefits that you can get out of your garden. You can really make that a routine or a ritual, you can almost call it, to de-stress, unwind, and really take care of yourself and your well-being. Because we all know that, especially stress, kind of like on a constant level, it's never bad when it peaks, but it's bad when it's on a constant level. And really incorporating a daily ritual in your garden, in your lifestyle, brings those stress levels down and makes the devastating effects it can have on your, not only your well-being, but in the end also on your health, really, really down. So I would say really, really take a big effort to make that daily routine a real ritual, a real routine, and make sure that you actually embrace it to the fullest. And in the beginning, you have to almost schedule it, so to say. You really have to make it happen. But I can promise you, if you can do that for a week or two, it really becomes a routine. And it's a routine that is very quickly very rewarding, because you not only have the vegetables, because that's one of the big things that you do. Of course, you're going to check what is for dinner tonight, but you will really notice that it does bring you down, that it does refocus you, and that it makes you more present for the evening, to spend with your loved ones, to be really present and connected with the stories they have to tell about how their day was. And that improves your well-being, their well-being, and your relationship. So it's really worth the effort. Give it a try. I told you how I do it, by really doing your little tasks and focus on that, and then let go of everything and enjoy being outdoors. Listen to the birds, feel the wind, feel the sun on your face, and go from there into your evening. And you will see after a few weeks that you will have more meaningful evenings. So I'll wish you all the best with that. If you have any questions or want to share how things go or how you do it, then please join the Facebook group, Our Garden Party. I really, really love to see you there. And besides that, I also love to see your vegetables grow, and you get all sorts of tips, help, and of course, recipes there. And that would be really, really cool. So thank you for spending time with me in the garden, and I hope to see you in your garden very soon. Did you enjoy this episode of Spilling the Green Beans? Then please share, subscribe, and give a review so more people can enjoy the show. I see you in next week's episode when I talk about crop rotation. What is it? Why should you do it? And how can you do it in an easy and fun way? Because that's what easy urban gardening is all about. See you next week. Bye.